Inside the mind of Bill Gates. How the world's richest man thinks. What goes inside the mind of the world's richest man? How does he process and thinks? Is it because of his thoughts that he became the richest? Or does he thinks that way because he is the richest? Hey guys, welcome back to our Traverse Media, where we discuss technology and finance's exciting facts and methods. Today we'll have a deep insight into what the world's richest man, Bill Gates, thinks. To make a clear map of his thoughts, we have divided our video into many segments. So make sure you don't miss any of them and subscribe to our channel before beginning. Number 1. What does Bill Gates think about startups? All of us dream of having a successful startup like Bill Gates. But what does Bill Gates think about the current startups and their strategies? In an interview, Bill Gates stated that he didn't have any weekends off during the establishing period of Microsoft. While talking about his work life in his 20s as an entrepreneur, he stated, "It really is true that I didn't believe in weekends. I didn't believe in vacations." This statement gives off the idea that you need to give all the blood, sweat, tears, and vacations to your business only to be a successful entrepreneur. Bill Gates further added that I have a fairly hardcore view that there should be a tremendous sacrifice made during those early years, particularly if you're trying to do some engineering things that you have to get the feasibility. So, does Bill Gates think you should totally give off your life to business? Not really, or not for everyone, we might say. Upon asking how hard it could be for a startup, he said that people could over-worship and mythologize the idea of working extremely hard, and he doesn't think it works for everyone. Let's analyze all the statements. According to Bill Gates, starting his own business is not for everyone, which is a fair thought. He thinks if someone dares to start his own business, they must be ready to give it all for the business. You must be ready to give off their youth to the walls of their business. However, this, though too, can be overwhelming, and people might over-worship the idea of backbreaking work. Challenging work means eliminating all the unnecessary activities of young life and leading a simple and meaningful life with your business. Number 2. How does Bill Gates think about earning money? As we often hear the quote, "Money doesn't buy happiness," it might be wrong. Even if money doesn't buy happiness, it buys the solutions to most of your problems and eventually relief and happiness. In the Ask Me Anything session of Bill Gates, someone asked if he thinks that money made him happier than if he would be a regular middle-class person. Bill Gates answered, "Yes. I don't have to think about health costs or college costs. Being free from worry about financial things is a real blessing." But apart from them, he also said, "Of course, you don't need $1 billion to get to that point. We need to reduce the cost growth in these areas." Not only Bill Gates but many honest millionaires think that money is a blessing. However, the people striving for money mainly state that money isn't that important. That might be the reason they lack it. On the other hand, people with great money know the importance of finance, which is why they keep earning it through hard work. Bill Gates thinks it is good to spend money when you work hard for it but spend it the way you earned it. Let's simplify it for you. By the word millionaire, the first thought is to spend $1 million, whereas it is actually keeping the $1 million. Also, yes, money is a blessing. How are you supposed to give your 100% for something if you don't consider it a blessing in the first place? Number 3. Bill Gates' thoughts on failing. Every time you listen to a success story of a millionaire or billionaire, it is mainly about the failures of that person. Bill Gates has told his side of loss multiple times in many interviews. But this time, let's get to his more profound thoughts about failure and coping methods for failure. In his famous book, Bill Gates wrote, "Once you embrace unpleasant news not as negative, but as evidence of a need for change, you aren't defeated by it, you're learning from it. It's all in how you approach failures. And believe me, we know a lot about failures at Microsoft." Did you know that Microsoft was not the first idea of Bill Gates? He put his all into a business called Traf O-Data and failed. Similarly, the well-known founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, made Facebook after several games, apps, music players, and whatnot. Bill Gates saw failure not as a great thing but indeed as a sign of doing better. He thinks that if we are already scared to fail before starting something, we will fail. Failure is undoubtedly a sign that you didn't do enough, but more than that, it is a sign of what can make you successful. Your only mantra in life should be a success no matter how many times you fail. The goal of life for a successful person is to fail again and again till he finally succeeds. Number 4. Does Bill Gates love spending money? So after earning billions of dollars, does Bill Gates love spending them on luxury or keeping them saved to increase his worth? It won't be wrong to say that Bill Gates loves to spend his money smartly and keep it safe. He thinks that earning millions of dollars is not worth it if you do not have plans or favorite things to spend on. You must bring comfort in your life from the earned money. It should buy you what you want and the way you want it. In his speech at a school, Bill Gates said, "You can try to spend money on yourself," he added. "How many hamburgers can you eat? And how many suits are you really going to wear?" We can demonstrate that his idea of spending money is not that luxurious, but at the same time, he bought luxuries like a private plane. Upon asking about the plan, he answered that the private plane brought productivity and comfort to his life. He further stated about the plane, "That's an indulgence that lets me do this work in a fairly intense way." Also, he loves spending his money on 3 of his beloved kids, namely Jennifer, who is 23, Rory, age 20, and his last-born, Phoebe, who turned 17. Although he does not believe in providing unnecessary finance to kids, in an interview, Bill said, "It's not that good an idea for your kids to give them a whole ton of money." Sum it up, Bill Gates believes in spending money for good, basic or luxurious. He thinks that the things you are spending your money on should have some value or need. Even if something is a luxury, it must add value to your life. Number 5. What is the role of Bill Gates' parents in his current thoughts? Bill was not the Bill Gates forever. So what did his upbringing do with his success? As per Bill Gates and his parents, his upbringing did it all for him. Bill Gates once thought of freedom from the very start. He always wanted freedom of thought and work, and his parents let him do so. He was allowed to spend a lot of time away from home when he was only 13. Bill Gates used to utilize that time doing technical stuff at the University of Washington. However, this independence caused trouble for the family, and Bill Gates had to see a psychologist. Bill Gates said in an interview that the psychologist really helped him and his family. He realized that he couldn't outstand his family, and his family realized that he had firm thoughts to work on. His parents never let him give up on things that he wasn't good at. Due to this rule, Bill Gates started to think that nothing was impossible, and he forgot the idea of giving up. Although Gates' parents didn't expect him to be a billionaire or topper of his college, they wanted him to pass the college at least. So it was pretty hard for them to accept his dropout decision, but eventually they gave in to his bigger dreams. This was all inside the mind of Bill Gates for today. Let us know which thought of Bill Gates inspired you to be the next billionaire in the comment section. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to share it with your friend. See you in the next mind-blowing video. Till then, bye-bye.